What's up, guys? It's Nick with Two Brothers Comics. I don't have a backdrop at home anymore because we're in the middle of a move, and so I decided, let me come up to the top of this mountain and record here because it was the literally only best place I could think of other than going to the comic shop, and they're closed today. So we're gonna talk about Spider-Man. You guys know I've been reading every single issue of Spider-Man, 3 issues a day for the last 3 months now. We're almost at the 90-day mark. We were right around issue 256. However, at issue 252, it ties into Secret Wars, the original Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, that big tie-in event from Jim Shooter and his team. And so I'm currently wrapping that up, and then I'm going to continue it. So right now I'm at 251 on Spider-Man and reading through Secret Wars. And I tell you, I've become a massive Spider-Man fan, way bigger than I ever expected to be. So much so that when I do this comic book haul video here soon, you guys, it's gonna blow your minds. I bought every Spider-Man key that I wanted, except for 2. And honestly, the more I read ASM, the least I'm like, Punisher's not even that cool. But we all know kind of what happens with Punisher. But every Spider-Man key I've wanted that I reasonably could afford, but one. So I'm super excited about that, but I'm enjoying it so much. Roger Stern has, I believe it's Roger Stern, has brought back Spider-Man in ways that I just wasn't expecting it to happen like that. It has been a phenomenal run, what he's doing with these villains, with these stories. Oh, it's so good. You know, my favorite artist so far on Spider-Man has actually been Jim Starlin. He did 1 issue, and the realism and the way he drew Spider-Man, I loved so much. But realistically, you know, I love Romita. It was good. You know, Romita Sr. I love Ditko. But man, Romita Jr.'s artwork right now during the Stern run has been top notch. I don't know how I feel about it, if it's better than his dad. But man, I am truly enjoying it so far. The storyline, the developments, the new villains, Hobgoblin. You know, we're starting to see Mary Jane coming back in. So far, it's been really good, and I feel like Roger Stern isn't overusing the same villains, but there are also a ton of villains that still kind of suck, quite frankly. Still not a fan of Vulture, still not a fan of Doc Ock. Green Goblin, the more I read about him and the more I've kind of thought back, the more I truly do enjoy the Green Goblin. And so I'm really loving kind of what's happening right now with the Spider-Man. You know, 252, Black Suit, I know that's coming, so that's gonna be really sweet. We're starting to get into that late 200s, which means Todd McFarlane stuff's coming up. I'm super excited about that. And, you know, overall, what it's done is it's made me realize we've never seen a true Peter Parker or a true J. Jonah Jameson in the movies. I don't care what anybody says. We've not seen a really evil J. Jonah Jameson that wants to kill Spider-Man more than anything else, to the point where he's spending millions on Spider Slayers, because Spider-Man is everything that he is not. We've never seen a Peter Parker, the real jackass Peter Parker. We just haven't seen it. There's been some really amazing fights that I've hopefully I'll have kind of scattered through the video, some screenshots. You know, he fought Juggernaut, and now we have the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin has, I think, by far been the best villain. Even though it's a knockoff of Green Goblin, right? But it's been so well written. It's drug out. Kingpin is, you know, fantastic. We haven't seen a ton of him lately. But I'm still loving things like, you know, the Hulk coming in, and, you know, you're getting some X-Men coming in, and I'm loving that, right? I think it has really been the best for me to be exposed to some of these other comic books that I've never read before and may not actually read for quite some time. Another thing, Black Cat is a wonderful character. She's the OG Harley Quinn. I didn't know really anything about Black Cat until I started reading this, and man, is it good. She is such an interesting character, this lovesick, mentally unstable, crazy villain. Just fantastic. And I think she has been one of my favorite villains so far, and maybe she'll turn into this anti-hero. I'm not real sure, but overall, guys, ASM has not stopped. I'm still reading it, still loving it. We're closing on the house March 7th, so hopefully, you know, we'll be able to sit back up and get things rolling a little bit. And, you know, guys, we did have some family issues going on, so I apologize about the lack of content. And either now or we'll have the Lexington Comic-Con content coming out. as well as the Huntsville ComiKon content coming out at the end of April. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it out. Let me know what your favorite part of the Spider-Man is. Have you read any of these? And guys, I'm just super pumped about it. You guys are the best part of Two Brothers Comics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it out. And as always, collect your way.